Tijerina,
Yes, sir.
ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On January 11th, 2025, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle bearing an unreadable E-tag at the 6900 block of Spencer Highway. A traffic stop was conducted and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle. The defendant stated she was aware the E-tag was unreadable as it was waterlogged from being so old, that the E-tag was expired as of November 2024, and that her license plates were at home but not yet on the motor vehicle. The officer confirmed the defendant was operating the motor vehicle with the wrong license plates and observed no proof of financial responsibility for the vehicle. The officer observed slurred speech, red glossy eyes, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant stated she was coming from a local bar, had consumed a bucket of Michelob Ultra beers, and standard fields of sobriety were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant was read the DI.
Notice how the judge carefully confirms each step of the field sobriety test. This isn't just routine. It's to make sure every detail of the officer's report holds up in court. Quick question for you. Do you think refusing a breath test helps or hurts a WI case? Comment below. This one's tricky.
Seeing the breath, the defendant attempted to provide a breath sample but was unable to complete the test. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Did you say she did field sobriety test or no?
She did. Would you like me to read them again?
Yeah.
HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, and one leg stand 3 out of 4.
Mr. Tijerina, I'm going to find that there's enough probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you see if she has a valid license?
It's eligible, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm now placing a restriction on that license. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock on it. You're also not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming, I'm going to revoke your bond. I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And Judge, we're fine with the random testing. She did already let me know of a scheduled trip that she has. So can we let pretrial know those dates?
You can go on your trip, but understand you're still not to use. You're going to get tested as soon as you get back. If you test positive, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? I
Yes,
don't
sir.
care where you are in this world. You're still under bond condition in this court, not to use. Don't get in trouble. Make wise decisions, because if you don't, there will be disastrous consequences. And while you're out there, if you're driving, you're not allowed to unless it has an interlock on it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, let Ms. Smith know about the travel, so that way.
Right. I don't want her to get
knows.
violated this.
So you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Casey, and she'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If she tells me that you've gone AWOL, she can't get a hold of you, I'm gonna revoke the bond. Do you understand, man?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you get with Ms. Smith for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
Have fun tonight. Mr. Gomez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 12th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to the 6800 block of Highway 225 within the city limits of Deer Park for a sedan stationary in lane 2 with a missing front tire. The officer observed the defendant in the driver's seat slumped over, the vehicle to be in drive, and the defendant to have his foot on the gas. The officer observed damage to the front right of the motor vehicle and the front right tire to be missing. The officer had to force entry into the vehicle to check the defendant's welfare due to the vehicle being locked. The officer put the vehicle in park and turned the vehicle off. The officer called out to the defendant, shook his arm, and administered 4 to 5 sternum rubs, and the defendant then slowly woke up and was unaware of what was occurring. The officer observed slurred speech, red glossy eyes, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, in addition to unsteadiness on the defendant's feet. The officer observed a buzzball chiller and beatbox alcoholic drink on the front passenger floorboard, both containers empty. The defendant stated he drank 6 beers earlier in the night and thought he was still in Houston. Standard field sobriety tests were administered, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 6 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to provide a blood sample.
Are you telling me that there was alcohol while he was driving?
They just found empty containers. There's no cold detect, no facts indicating.
Okay.
Judge West doesn't play around. The moment he says no more PR bonds, you can feel the courtroom shift. That's his way of saying second chances, our don't accountability time has arrived.
Okay. Does he have a valid Texas driver license?
All right, Your Honor.
Please. And any prior to BIs that can run an NCIC. Mr. Gomez, I'm going to find that there's enough probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Your Honor, no prior DWIs and life is eligible.
If you don't have liability insurance coupled with that license, then you're not allowed to drive. That's also a condition of your bond as well. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Sir, the thing is, I'm actually on probation for a different
Stop.
charge. So,
Just don't. All I want to know is
No.
you want a court-appointed lawyer.
yes.
Okay, I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today. Just don't say anything. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever they say, they can use it against you. I'll have you sign a receipt, Victoria. We're going to give you an application. We will eventually meet with Ms. Smith, and then we'll appoint your lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Leave.
Good morning, Judge.
Hi,
How are you, sir?
you standing in for Mr. Butler?
I'm standing in for Mr.
Okay,
Butler.
wonderful.
I'm a Mac attorney as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Okay, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you're charged with you are Ms. Greeny. Okay, Ms. Greeny, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On January 9th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to 1100 Siegler Road regarding a major crash, and the officer observed the defendant outside her vehicle talking to Houston Fire Department. The defendant's vehicle was in a ditch with apparent minor front end damage, was on and in the in-park position. The defendant appeared disoriented, had poor balance, and was not able to stand unassisted. The defendant stated she had the motor vehicle's key fob in her pocket, and the defendant was taken to HCA Healthcare, and the officer then went to HCA to obtain a statement. The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage and bloodshot eyes. The defendant stated she did not strike her head or lose consciousness due to the collision and drank between 1 to 10 12-ounce Miller Lite beers prior to operating the motor vehicle and getting into the collision. The defendant further stated she could not remember the time she drank her last beer. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 6 out of 6. Walk and turn and one leg stand were refused as the defendant stated her balance has always been bad. The defendant was read the DIC and a blood search warrant was signed and executed.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you, ma'am. Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor. And her license is eligible.
You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you, I will revoke your bond. Don't pick up any new cases, and that's it. Okay, so I'll have you sign a receipt, Victoria. We'll have you get with Ms. Smith for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go. Thank you,
Judge.
All right.
See you.
You too. Take care. Mr. Jackson, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 10th, 2025, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle traveling east at the intersection of 2200 block of Spears Road and TC Jester with a defective license plate light. The traffic stop was initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant. The officer observed a strong odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle and a PC search was conducted. The officer located a green leafy substance believed to be marijuana based on training experience in the driver's side of the vehicle. The weight was approximately 1 ounce.
Was it?
It was on the driver's side.
Or Mr. Jackson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. You run his license.
Not eligible, Your Honor.
If you don't have a license, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand, Mr. Jackson? You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, come back to me, and I'll take this restriction off. But I'm going to tell you now, if I find that you drive, I'm going to sprout horns in the tail. Like, that's how upset I'm going to be. Do you understand? Tell me, did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Do you mind giving me, please? Yeah. Tell me about yourself. What do you do these days, Mr. Jackson? How old are you?
23.
So what plans for the future do you have? What? Why?
I gotta get it renewed. That's all. I just gotta get it renewed.
You have the ability to make it's just a boatload of money with that license, and I don't understand why you're gonna let it expire. I'm making it a condition that you get a job. You need to get a full-time job. You know that, have you ever just like explored underwater welding? Have you ever looked into that? How much money do they make? No. How much money do they make? How much is that a year? That's probably like 120, 130 a year. You can make sick money. And come on, man, be better. All right. So do you mind giving me the application? I'm telling you, I'm gonna stay on top of it to make sure that you get that thing back and that you're working, that you're making some good money. Do you understand? All right.